Hello and welcome to this HoopYogini Lunar Phase pop-up class. And I said I would start at 9 and I came on a little bit early. I am just gonna get ready, so I figured I might as well come live in case you're somebody that is waiting and wanting to know what to do. So my name is Nicole, also known as Flow Vixen, and this is Banjo. And Banjo will probably be in here on and off as I get ready because he loves beeswax, and I'm going to be lighting a beeswax candle. And he also likes sage, and I'm going to be burning some sage. So those are optional things for you. Hello, Tracy. If you would like to also get a candle and some sage, or gather the things that you might need. I also have hot chocolate. You might want water, a journal, your hula hoop. Oh, Banjo just moved the camera. Hopefully that wasn't too destructive or too much of an interruption. So back here is the space that I will be standing for the class, and my candle's off to the side. I always like to light a candle to start the practice with matches, and then I light my sage off of that. So, there's no right or wrong. You could definitely use a lighter. You don't have to use matches. I just really like that feeling of, the wood making the flame and having it be a little more magical. And like I said, Banjo is going to be right here because I didn't shut the door, and he just loves beeswax, candles, and sage. Hopefully you don't get hurt, buddy. So I'm gonna light the candle. It's a new calendar year. I know a lot of people celebrate New Year's at different times other than January 1st. And being January 3rd, we're very close to the start of the new year. And having the new moon sync up with the new year is kind of a magical and wonderful thing. I'm someone who loves to connect the lunar phases to my yoga practice, and my yoga practice obviously uses a hula hoop as a yoga prop, so it's really fun to connect to that. And our new moon is in Capricorn, and Capricorn is actually the season that we're in now for the zodiac sign, so it's kind of cool to double up on Capricorn. And Capricorn is my moon sign, so I personally love whenever we have a moon phase in Capricorn. It makes me feel like extra connected and special to the lunar phase. So I've lit the candle, and I'll burn the sage, and then I'll start our class because it is very close to 9. And I'm in Vermont, and it's so cold. But I've already warmed up just by talking to all of you. All right, Banjo. I'm going to walk around the room. And if you're in the way during yoga, I'm going to have to kick you out. Oh, all right, buddy. I'm going to start to the east. I've taken a compass to this practice space. And I used to always start in the north direction, but now following most... I'm going to have to take a sip. Following most other women's circles and tribal circles, I now start at the east. I think because my name is Nicole and it starts with the N and north starts with the N, I always just started there. But look, each direction represents a different phase of life, and north is the elder years. So it's really not where you should start, but where you should end. All right, buddy. Well, I think you'll just naturally move, hopefully. So grabbing your hula hoop, and if you don't have one, you could use a yoga strap or a scarf. But I'm going to be using what I call an adult size hula hoop, or it could be also known as a beginner's hula hoop, just a larger one. I have off to the side a smaller one and an even larger one in case there's some question of things getting demoed with different size hula hoops. But typically, knowing where your belly button is and having a hoop that comes about to your belly button, or in between your belly button and your chest level is a good size. And just starting off getting inside the hoop, holding the hands at 3 and 9, bringing attention and focus down to the feet, having the feet be hip distance. I'm gonna go slightly wider. So I don't know if you could tell or if you know this, but I am 31 weeks pregnant, so I'll be doing some of the things a little bit differently. So what I do might be different than what you do, and that's okay, because I'm supporting my body and my baby, and I will be probably directing you through the regular postures and placement, though I might not be mirroring that. So feet at hip distance, toes forward, just rocking weight in the feet, bringing the weight front to back, and feeling what it's like when your weight is forward and you're into the future, and when your weight comes back. Moving any pace or speed that feels good to you. You might have been awake for a while, so you might be moving quickly. You might have just gotten up, so you might be moving slowly. You might be in a different place or time zone completely, and then I don't know where you are in your day. And finally, anchoring down with even weight distribution between all the corners of your feet or the tripods of your feet. So the space below your big toe, your pinky toe, and your heel. Making any adjustments that you need. Taking a nice cleansing breath. Setting up our center pose from the earth up. Again, feet hip distance, toes forward. Nice soft ankles, which really might just be telling yourself that you have soft, bouncy ankles. Bringing a slight bend to the knee. And a slight tuck of the tailbone. Really, you're pulling your pubic bone to your spine. Taking another cleansing breath. Shining your heart forward. Inhale, bringing your shoulders up. Exhale, rolling them down and back. Beautiful. Really now shining that heart center forward. Inhale, lifting the top of the head up, 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 up to the sun, to the ceiling, to the sky. And then slightly pulling the chin back so your ears are in line with your shoulders. This is centered pose. Breathing your own rhythm here, eyes opened or closed. Just connecting and feeling in to this practice, to this day. I thank you for showing up to practice with me, whether you're here live or watching a replay. This class will definitely be a new moon Capricorn class, but also very similar to a traditional spinal awakening series for those that are familiar with HoopYogini. And for those that are not familiar with HoopYogini is transformational fitness. It's a combination of hatha yoga, mindfulness meditation, and hula hooping. I almost said mindfulness medication, which is not what it is at all. And bear with me and my pregnancy brain. Beautiful. So again, eyes open or closed, bringing attention to the breath. First filling the belly, and then letting the belly empty. Again, filling the belly, and exhale, emptying the belly. One more time, because 3 is the magic number. Inhale, fill the belly, and exhale, empty the belly. Traveling up now to the lungs. As you inhale, filling your lungs with breath. So feeling the rib cages push out almost into your hands or into the hoop, and then exhale, empty. Inhale to fill the lungs, and exhale to empty the lungs. One more time. Inhale, fill the lungs, and exhale, empty the lungs. Beautiful. Now traveling up to the chest. Inhale, fill the chest, Exhale, empty the chest. Inhale to fill the chest. And exhale, empty. Inhale, fill the chest, let the chest rise. And exhale to empty. Now taking control over your own breath, allowing yourself to have cleansing breaths. Hopefully you're not getting lightheaded. If you are, you can always flip the hoop off your body and you could use it as an aid to help you balance your body. Moving on to the 3-part breath. I'll first explain it and then we can do it. So continue to breathe your own rhythm, your own pattern. The 3-part breath, for those that are new to this breathing practice, you'll begin your inhale by filling your belly. You'll then fill your lungs, and then you'll fill your chest. And then your exhale, the hope is that you will reverse that pattern, that ripple, that wave. So you'll empty your chest, then your lungs and your belly. And a lot of the time, especially if it's new for you or if you're having a hard time connecting to your body as you're breathing, you could just tell yourself that that's what you're doing. And one day it will all connect. You know that phrase, fake it till you make it? I really, truly believe in it. So just do what feels good and right to you. As long as you're breathing, that's the most important part. Just don't hold breath. All right, getting ready for our 3-part breaths. Inhale to fill the belly, then the lungs, then the chest, and then exhale, empty the chest, the lungs, the belly. Doing the next 2 on your own at your own pace. Inhale to breathe in. And exhale to breathe out. With this last 3-part breath, think about breathing in that inhale from the tips of your toes. And as you're breathing all the way up to your chest, relax the shoulders. Exhale, melt that breath away. Beautiful. Shake it out. I've already got so many cracks and some creaks. Inhale, lifting the hoop up overhead. Just getting our body moving. Exhale, bringing it back down around center. Connecting the movement of the hoop to the breath. Inhaling to rise and expand. And exhaling to return, to come back to yourself, to your center. 3 is the magic number. Inhale, lifting the hoop up. And exhale, bringing it down. So this will be a choose your own adventure portion. You can stay with your feet at hip distance. And again, mine are a little bit wider because I'm pregnant. I'm going to go even wider. And it's really up to you. You can stay at hip distance. If I wasn't pregnant, I would stay at hip distance. But you can also go wider if you want to see and feel and explore what that feels like. Inhale to lift the hoop up. Exhale, bring the shoulders down and back. Inhale, lengthen your fingers and the tip of your head. Exhale, shoulders down and back. Inhale, reach the fingers up to the sky, up to the sun, up to that new moon, which we wouldn't see anyway, even if it was nighttime. So every inhale, lengthening and reaching up, and every exhale, anchoring the shoulders down and really putting your weight down into your feet. Beautiful. Inhale, reach the fingertips up. With the next exhale, arching over to one side. I'm arching over to my right. Inhale to return. Exhale over to the left. Inhale to return. So now connecting the movement of our spine with our breath. Our inhale brings us center. The exhale brings us to the side. Side arc flow. So those familiar with HoopYogini, this is side arc flow. Those that are not familiar with HoopYogini, the side arc flow is when you're doing your side arc and it's flowing. So it's a very kind of self-explanatory posture. And whenever you get off track with your breath, hold center and reconnect. Inhale to lengthen and exhale to arch to the side. Beautiful. One more in each direction. Coming center. Exhale, bring the hoop down. Beautiful. Inhale, bring your shoulders up. Exhale, roll them down and back. Taking 3 rolls back. And then 3 rolls forward. Feels good to shoulder roll. And then settling down into place. If your feet are still at hip distance, I invite you now to bring them out to a wider stance. And right now, your toes could be forward or they could be slightly externally rotated. We're just gonna, I was gonna say wag our tail. We're just gonna move our hips side to side, moving them in, some of you might know this as a flossing like direction, or east and west. I forgot the names of east and west for a moment there. Kind of embarrassing. Whew. You can even exaggerate your external rotation and feel into that and see what that feels like. For me, my body's like, no, that's just, you can't go as far. And then point your toes forward and continue the motion. See what that feels like. So getting familiar with that ball and socket joint of the hips with this same movement. It's a very linear movement, side to side. And just the slight adjustment of your feet, how it can feel different, right? Playing around with that. And then settling into a slight external rotation. So for those of you that are familiar with some ballet terms, this would be second position, or just wider than hip distance feet with your toes pointed out at a 45-degree angle. Still keeping those soft ankles and knees. Inhale, lengthen the top of the head up towards the sky. Exhale to prepare as you twist to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist to the left. So twisting the body. So for me, again, if I wasn't pregnant, to start with these twists, I would keep my hips very quiet and just twist from the upper body to start. And then, we'll do it together. It'll be easier. This feels good and okay because I'm trying. My goal right now personally is to keep my belly button or baby facing forward, but you can allow your lower half to twist a little as long as your hips are very quiet. So this feels very rigid or stagnant. So we want to add fluidity to it because having the hoop invites spirals and ripples and flow and fluidity. So as you twist to the right, letting the left foot lift to the ball to deepen that twist. And then as you twist to the left, it will be the right foot. So allowing that back foot to lift to the ball and to the toes to help you deepen that twist. So I'm going to be going pretty slow and steady, but again, if you're someone who really wants to invigorate your morning practice, you could be going faster. Connecting the movement, the breath in the movement. Exhale to twist and inhale center. HoopYogini, the majority of the time as you come center, you will be inhaling. You can always play around with breath. The most important thing about breathing is that you're doing it, so that way you don't cut off the oxygen to your body or your blood flow. And I naturally take a little bend in the center, or you might know it as a plie or a squat. You don't have to, but I like doing it because as I twist and I straighten my legs, it helps me feel like I'm getting even more elevated as I twist. If you get dizzy, you could always keep your gaze forward or keep your gaze at the direction that you're twisting that hand or the front of the hoop. Your focus in yoga is known as your drishti, so your drishti can be to the front center of your hoop. That could help you stay balanced. Beautiful. One more twist in each direction, and then anchor your feet down. Allow your upper body still to twist as you continue to breathe your own rhythm until you eventually come to a still point. So your twists are getting smaller and smaller until you settle in to a still point. Heel toeing your feet back to hip distance. Taking your nice cleansing breath. Inhale to lift your hoop up. Exhale, hinging at your hips, forward fold. Whew. Shake it out. And here I still have an inside grip of the hoop with my thumbs down. I'm gonna push the hoop into my legs as I roll the hoop and do a little twist to the right, coming back center, pushing the hoop into my legs, twist to the left. So it's a little forward fold twist. It's very similar to the rock and sway, which I always call the bump and sway. And the next time you come center, heel toe your feet out a little bit wider. Allow the hoop now to touch the earth in front of you and settle in even more into this forward fold. Sorry, I'm having a wardrobe issue. Shake your hips side to side. Still with that inside grip of the hoop with the thumbs down, pushing into the hoop. You might want to return back your hands to the 3 and the 9 if your hoop was a clock. And now really truly pushing into the circle of the hoop, the natural curve of the hoop, rocking and swaying. So your drishti here is at the hoop, or it can be in between your legs through your knees. Or it could be forward if you're trying to see like, what is she even talking about? And then once you get familiar with this motion or this movement, then you can release your head to the earth. Breathing your own rhythm for 3, 2, 1. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, bending at your knees. Slowly roll up, restacking each vertebrae one at a time, bringing your hoop with you. I'm going to call this a hoop halo, but your hoop's just going to be overhead. Your left foot, you'll point it inward to that 45-degree angle. Your right foot, you'll point out to that outside wall. Checking in with alignment. For those that are not pregnant, the heel of your right foot will line up with the arch of your left foot. And if you're pregnant, you just walk that right foot out a little bit, giving yourself some space. Bending the right knee. So right now we're in Warrior 2. We're going to twist and come into Warrior 1. Inhale and exhale. And with every inhale, lengthening from the fingertips. And with every exhale, bending more into that front leg, into that lunge. Beautiful. Inhale, lengthen from the fingertips. Exhale, twist into Warrior 2. And if you're like me and your feet are moving because you're wearing socks, make any adjustments you need whenever you need them, because it's always about being safe, and stability is very important. Dropping the hoop behind you, bending the arms into goddess arms. Inhale, look up at the sky or the moon. Exhale, rock down. Inhale to rock up. Twist up, exhale, flow down. Inhale up, hold here, lengthen the right arm, drop the left arm down to the leg, holding here for 3 breaths. Inhale, return the left arm to the hoop. Rock back to center. Now point both toes forward. Do a little shake. Shake, shake, shake. You can keep the arms in goddess, or you can even let the hoop come down to your head if you need a release of the arms. Setting up to go to the right side, to the left side. Point the left foot, the left toes to the left wall. Lining up the left heel with the arch of the right foot. The back foot, the right foot will be at a 45-degree angle. Excuse me. And again, you can return your hands to the hoop halo. You can go as low as you would like with your warrior, with your lunges. But I'm doing what I can do for my body. So again, if you're pregnant like me, heel toe the left foot out a little bit, creating a little more space. So your left heel is probably more in line with your right heel. Bending into that left knee. Inhale to twist into warrior one. Lengthen the fingertips. Exhale to settle in to your knee, into your feet, into that lunge. Holding for 3 breaths. Every inhale lengthening up. Every exhale anchoring down. Inhale to twist into warrior two. Exhale, drop the hoop behind you, bringing hands into warrior arms. Inhale to rock back. Exhale to come forward. One more rocking motion. Inhale, come up to the sky, releasing the right arm to that right leg, straightening the left arm. And I do kind of grasp the hoop now and hold it and look at my thumb, but you really could do whatever feels good and right to you. If you truly have a Pilates background, it's always about lengthening those fingertips. And then yogic, you might have some mudras that you want to do. Inhale, returning the right hand to the hoop, twisting that back up. Now pointing both toes forward, heel toeing in so you feel nice and stable. Giving another little shake. So that was a little bit of a warrior sequence for the Capricorn. For our Capricorn new moon, our Capricorn season. Inhale, letting the hoop come back up into our hoop halo. Exhale, returning it back to center. Heel toeing feet back into centered pose. So feet at hip distance. Settling in, setting up posture from earth up. Toes forward, soft ankles, slight bend of the knees, a little tuck of the tailbone. Heart shining forward, chest forward, shoulders plugged in. Lengthening from the top of the head, the chin slightly back. This is centered pose. Eyes open or closed here as you take 3 breaths. Imagining that you have a light shining inside of your heart. And with every inhale, that light is expanding out from your heart to fill the space between you and your hoop. And then every exhale, it's returning back to your heart. So very recycling of love energy for yourself through your breath. I know I said 3 breaths, but let's take 3 more here. Wonderful. Inhale, open your eyes if they are closed. Exhale to prepare. Inhale, lift your hoop up. Heel toe your feet back to a second position, but now toes are going to be forward as opposed to slightly externally rotated. Pointing your right toes to the right and your left toes to the right. Hinging at the hips. Lean forward. Keep going until your hoop can touch. You can put your hands at the top of the hoop. You can even push the hoop out further, coming into a modified pyramid pose. Taking 3 breaths here. And a choose your own adventure moment. You could stay here for 3 more breaths, or you can release the hoop. Let the hoop prop against your body as you bring your hands to the earth, and you can even kiss your knee. Again, you would want everything to be really straight. You're super hinged at your hips. I can't model or show that right now because I do have a baby in the way. So I'm slightly angled. So don't model yourself off of me unless you also have a baby in the way. Beautiful. Inhale, looking at the bottom of the hoop that's touching the earth, returning the hands probably more to like 10 and 2 as opposed to 3 and 9. Bending at the knees, swoop your hoop forward. Straighten your legs in a wide leg forward fold. And allow yourself, whatever you need here, whether you want to hold it, whether you want to shake your booty, whether you want to bend your knees, this stretch is for you, so do what your body would like. For 3, 2, 1. Returning the hands to that 10 and 2 with the bent knees, swooping to the left, now pointing the right toes and the left toes to the left. Setting up your pyramid pose on this side. So push it, picking up the hoop, pulling it off your body, placing it away from you, putting your hands at the top of the hoop. Again, checking in that your toes are pointed to the left, sticking that booty out, hinging at the hips, come into this modified pyramid pose. And again, 3 is the magic number. So one more breath here. And again, either staying here for 3 more breaths or releasing your hands to the earth, letting the hoop prop against your body, making any adjustments that your body might need. If you can kiss your knee, that would be a great thing to do here, thanking your knee for all of its hard work. Inhale, looking at the bottom of the hoop, returning the hands to the 10 and 2, bending at the knees, swooping forward. Again, straightening the knees, dropping the head down to the earth. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, roll up, restacking each vertebrae one at a time. Last to rise is the head. Walk the feet in to a comfortable distance for you, really whatever you would like. Allowing shoulder rolls back as you breathe your own rhythm, and shoulder rolls forward as you breathe your own rhythm. Inhale, lifting the hoop up. Exhale, flipping it off your body, bringing it in front of you. Now we're going to use the hoop off body for a few postures, and it's going to be more like a support, like a ballet bar, but if you're someone that needs even more support, you can make sure you're near a wall. You can always use that wall support. So feet, again, at a comfortable stance for you, bringing focus and intention to one of your feet. I'm going to start with my right. So focusing all the weight of your body onto that foot. Again, making sure there's a slight bend in the knee of that foot. And then letting the opposite foot, so for me the left, rise to the toes. And then slowly bending that knee, lifting it up. This might be enough of a balance challenge for you, but if you're able to, you can come into a tree. So there's a few variations here. There's a low tree where your toes are on the earth and your heel is against the inside of your leg. So that's like the very lowest of the trees. I guess that would be like a baby tree. And then a teenager tree, a sapling, would be your heel is below your knee. And then the high tree would be your heel. I can't do it right now, but your heel would be on the inside of your leg, or you can come into the full tree where your foot and your heel is in to the other hip. So I'm just going to take a sapling, a low tree, pushing the bottom of the left foot into the inside of the right leg, lengthening from the top of the head. And again, this might be enough of a balance challenge for you. If not, you could always lift your hoop up. Hold it like it's a big serving tray. Holding our tree for 3 breaths. And with grace and with ease, returning the left foot back down to the earth. Or for you, if it was the right, returning the right back down to the earth. Making any little steps or adjustments that your body needs. Getting ready for tree on the other side. Bringing all of your energy, intention, and focus to that opposite foot. For me, it's the left. And before coming to the toes of the other foot, really making sure that foundation leg, that leg you're going to balance on, the tree trunk leg, has that slight bend of the knees, just so your joints aren't locked. And when you're ready, rising to the toes. And then whatever tree you did on the other side, you could do on this side for balance. Or maybe this side, it's completely different, because it usually is. Going into the tree that feels good to you, whether it's that baby tree, the sapling, the high tree, or the true tree, which would be your foot and your hip crease. Always being sure that you're not pressing into any part of your knee because you want to protect your joint. Capricorn rules the joints. Capricorn really has a strong connection to knees, so you want to protect your knees during this flow. Really always in your life. And after your 3 breaths, with grace and with ease, returning back to the earth. Nice, giving any little shakeouts that you need. Woo! Letting the hoop now either prop against your body or drop to the earth. Taking your hands and interlocking your fingers and just making figure 8s with your hands. Ooh, I got an adjustment there. And then circling in one direction, and then the other. Nice, then wiggling the fingers, shaking the fingers and the wrists, giving a little shimmy of the shoulders, bending and straightening of the knees. Now returning back to the hoop if you need some balance and stability, rolling the foot and the ankle, wiggling the toes, going to the other foot, rolling the ankle, wiggling the toes, thinking about joint health and support, flipping the hoop back onto the body at 3 and 9, sealing in this practice with the HoopYogini declaration. So first just connecting back to ourself and to our hoop and to our intentions for showing up today. You can always imagine that light shining in your heart, filling the space between you and your hoop with every inhale and returning back to nourish yourself and your heart with every exhale. Now bringing the hands to the top of the hoop or to the front of the hoop in a prayer pose. So you're just propping the hoop in between your thumb and forefingers as your hands come into prayer, letting it settle around your heart base, your heart center. Eyes open or closed as you continue to connect to your breath. May your practice bring you peace, and may you share this peace with the world. Namaste. And thank you, those who joined me. This was a 30-minute flow, and I'm going to give an optional little journal prompt in just a moment, but I'm going to be offering these lunar phase pop-up classes for the entire month of January. And, based on how my pregnancy goes, I'm not quite sure what days or time it will be. I'm going to try my best to actually sync it up to the lunar phases. And again, based on how things go for me, I might even have it in February. My due date is March 6th, so I'm not sure what that will look like for March or for April. But I would like to keep offering it here. And sometimes the flow will be 30 minutes. Sometimes it might be 45 or an hour. Really just letting it naturally happen. And for those that brought their journal, very, very much a new year kind of a thing, but also new moon kind of a thing, and definitely a Capricorn kind of a thing, to write out any intentions that you have for yourself for this lunar phase. So it really could just be intentions you have for yourself for this month, for the month of January. It doesn't necessarily need to be a New Year's resolution. It could just be your intentions for this lunar phase. And if you're someone who doesn't really like that thought or word or phrase intention, it could be goal or a to-do list. And if that doesn't connect with you, I'm going to pull a card and you can write about your connection to that card. Oh, thank you, Kate, for joining. I'm so happy that you got to be here. I love you too. All right, let me pull this moon card. Like many of you, I'm sure, who have many decks, I have a lot, and this is the moon deck, and that's actually the name of the deck, the moon deck. So again, if you're someone who doesn't want to write your intentions for this lunar cycle, because maybe you're not quite ready for that, then your journal prompt will be connected to this card. So let's see here. I'm going to shuffle. And before I do that, I should show you all the things. So here's the illustration on the back of all the cards. And here's the little guidebook. And I first saw this deck, the very first Wanderlust that I went to in Vermont at Stratton Mountain, where I was going to help Jocelyn with HoopYogini. So I've always wanted the deck, and then in 2021, my husband got it for me as a gift. I can't remember for what reason. I don't know. It wasn't for my birthday. It might have been for Valentine's Day. I don't really know or remember, or an anniversary. Maybe it was my birthday. Who knows? I should really know, but I don't remember. I usually have all these like really intense yogic plans. I feel like today's class was very, very new moon, very restorative, very slow and steady. It's interesting to see how my body and my flow changes with pregnancy. It's very interesting. I'm sure many of you have known and experienced that already. All right, our card. There is medicine in my shadow. So let me show that card and I'll do that little reading. And I'll take a picture of this and share it on my feed as well. It's a gorgeous deck. All right, let's see. There is medicine in my shadow. Do, 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 do. You know what would probably really help me with reading? It would be to put my glasses on. That would be a great thing to do. All right, card. Let's see if they put them in their numerical order. No, that's here. Now you all get to see me not know how to use the book. All right, I'll quickly flip through. Maybe finding it through illustration will be way easier. Shadow. See, I didn't look under shadow. I looked under medicine. There is medicine in my shadow. Light and shadow each play a vital role in our growth. The dark and deep is as valuable as light and ease. When we accept that they coexist, we can embrace our shadow without letting it define us. As messengers of the night, owls navigate darkness with clear vision and instinctual wisdom. Owl is here to support your inner journey and awaken your ability to sense in the dark. So again, I'll show you that owl. All right. Some of the greatest artists, healers, and teachers discover their most profound gifts in this realm. The medicine of your shadow taps you deep into your intuition, develops empathy, and it's an opportunity to turn weakness into strength. Know that this deeper feeling awareness will ignite an unwavering and powerful core fire within you. As you share your light, do not shun your shadow. Cultivate compassion for every shadow of your being. Oh, so nice. Ooh, ooh. So again, for your journaling, you could write a list of your intuitions for this lunar cycle, even for the year. Maybe you want to take it into that resolution route. Or you can write about maybe some shadows that you're working through. Shadows that are now going to give you strength in this new year, in this new time. Again, thank you so much for connecting and flowing with me. And I believe next Sunday is like my goal to do the first quarter lunar phase class. And I'm gonna try to keep this live class like saved and viewable for other times if you want to come back to it later on. I'm not like, it's all so kind of new and I'm not sure I necessarily know how to remember how to do that, but I'm gonna try. And so many hearts to all of you. Thank you. All right, let's see. Now you could all watch me figure out how to end it.